What's up, y'all? My Roth IRA portfolio has been crushing it lately, and I'm going to share that with you guys today. If you're new here, my name is John. I'm American. I've been living in China for nearly 2 decades now, and I can live off my dividends and portfolio investments and things like that. And I just share that stuff with you guys. But on this channel, we're only talking about Roth IRA retirement investments. I'm not talking about anything else. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you into my brokerage account, share with you what's inside of my Roth IRA, and then I'm going to take you behind the scenes of the portfolio into the spreadsheet where I track everything and show with you the overall performance, how this thing has been doing, kind of behind the scenes look at it. So we're going to do all that in today's video, and I'll make it quick for you guys. So let's record the screen on my phone. 3, 2, 1, bam. Okay, here we are in Charles Schwab. I'll refresh it for you guys. So right now, this is 8 o'clock in the morning here in China. And if you look at the markets, you see the markets are closed. The Dow was up 0.37, NASDAQ 0.72, and S&P was up about 0.5%. If you look at my portfolio, we were up 1.11%, thanks to a couple plays here that were just absolutely killing it yesterday. Right now, my Roth IRA is sitting at $57,064. And you see I have a cash in cash investments of $20,000. I have way too much cash here. I need to get in the market. But the market has just been on fire, and I don't want to buy at all-time highs. I want to, get a nice buying opportunity, so I'm kind of waiting for that. But anyway, if we look here at the positions, let me just view all. It makes it easier to see. So if we view all the positions, the first two things I have in my Roth IRA is what I like to call like lottery tickets, or more like speculative growth, right? They're things that I think are going to do really well over the next, 10, 15, 20 years. And that's what these are for. And they're only a small position or small portion of the portfolio. But you can see I got Rigetti, RGTI, which is a compound computing company, 100 shares. You see the market's still moving around because it's about to close. It's actually 1 minute till market close. Anyway, Rigetti, I got 100 shares there. And SoundHound, I have 100 shares. The reason why I have 100 shares is because I just wanted a small position, but I also wanted enough where I could sell cover calls to gain income. But I didn't sell calls lately because I had a feeling these were going to pump, and they sure did. Look at Rigetti, 131%, and SoundHound is up 64%. These have just been killing it lately, and they're still killing it right now, it looks like. If we look down here, XDTE, I've got 244 shares. This is an income play that pays me each and every single week, pays every Friday. And I use this income to just slowly grow the portfolio every single week without having to add money, because we're limited to the amount of money we can put into the Roth IRA. So it allows me to get money every week. SCHG, this is the large cap growth. Think of something like a VUG or something like that. Vanguard is kind of the same thing. 285 shares. Then we've got SCHB, which is basically the overall stock market, which is something very similar to like your VTI or something like that. It's just Schwab's version of it. And then I've got QQQI, which is only 55 shares. And this one's basically a covered call ETF, high income ETF that pays me each and every single month, and it's based on the NASDAQ 100. So that's what's in the portfolio. And then, I forgot to share this with you guys, the SWVXX. This is just like what is called like a high yield savings account, pretty much. It's like a money market fund. It's $1 all the time, no matter what the market does. This thing is always $1, but it's like a 4.2% annual yield, and that pays every single month. So I just put a little bit of cash here to get a little bit of interest on it. And then the rest of my cash I have sitting there ready to deploy into the market at any time, because it's easier to get to. And I've been trying to deploy this cash actually. It's just been a slow process because everything's going up, and I don't want to buy when it's at the top. So a little bit, I guess, cautious about that. But anyway, let's go look behind the scenes of the portfolio, which is the most important part. And this is something a lot of people don't really show you, but I want to show you guys what's like really looks like behind the scenes when you really track your portfolio and not just look at the dashboard, because it doesn't tell you all the stuff that you need to know. So let's record the screen here. 3, 2, 1. Bam. All right. So this, first of all, let's look at the first page here. These are the actual positions that I just showed you in the brokerage account. We got Rigetti, Schwab, or SCHB, XDTE, SCHG, QQI, and SOUN. So these what's in here. The number of shares is all the same. My price, which my price don't matter. It really matters what you bought it at. But what does matter is the actual performance, and we're going to look at that. So let me go over here so you can actually see the performance of these. Get it all on the screen for you. So at the top, you can see RGTI. You can see we're doing pretty good here across the board. The market return, 141%, and total return, 145%. Now, the reason why this is because these are different. I know this don't pay a dividend, but I sold covered calls and generated some income, which gave me a slight boost in percentage and actually lowers your cost average as well. So you can see the difference in these numbers is because of income from covered calls. The next one you see, SCHB. If you look here across the board, we're doing pretty well. The market return, we're up 7.88%, and this does pay a dividend, but a very small one, and it's only quarterly. We are up 8% on this one. Sorry, guys. I'm a bit under the weather. XDTE, S&P 500, covered call ETF, pays every single Friday. This one, I bought it like near this all-time, this 52-week high. I bought it near there, like a dummy, and we had the tariff news, and this thing came down pretty hard. So you can see we are down 4% on the market return, but if you add the dividends, we're up actually 6.7% with the dividends included, and I have been averaging it down, but cautiously and slowly because this is already a large portion of the portfolio. And I don't want to be too overweight in this. And I'll share that with you in just a moment, though. SCHG, this is our, our big cap growth. You can see here we're positive across the board. 9% market, 9% total. QQI is again the NASDAQ 100 covered call ETF that pays every single month. And this is just a small portion of the portfolio, but this one grows a lot more than some of the other covered call ETFs. That's why I like it. So you can see it is up almost 5% on the market return alone, and about 7% if you include the dividends. And then we've got SoundHound. Like I just showed you guys, it's doing pretty well. We're up 67.87%. And if you include the covered call income, 69.92 or 70%. So doing pretty well. And lastly, I'm going to slide over here really quick and share with you guys the allocation, so you can see how I've got these things like sorted out here. So you can see Rigetti has taken off. This was like 1% of the portfolio, and now it's 5% of the portfolio just because it's more than doubled in price. So yeah, I'm happy with this one. Anyway, we got SCHB and SCHG. Let's look at these two. This one 15.8 and 15.9%. So, these are roughly 32% of the portfolio, which I want these to be closer to 70% of the portfolio. But I've been slowly buying in, but trying not to average up too much. I just hate averaging up, but I shouldn't, I guess. But anyway, the next one you see here in the middle, this 19%. This is XDTE. So it's roughly 19% of the portfolio, so it's okay. I'm okay with that. But you see this is bigger than this one, than SCHB, and it's bigger than this one, but not combined, but it's bigger than these individually. And I don't necessarily like that. I prefer these SCHB, SCHG to be larger positions and this to take the back seat to them. So I'm working on changing that. QQI, 5.28%. This is another income one. I'm fine with this position size, 5%. It's okay. And then SoundHound is 2.85%. So I've actually got 7.85% in these lottery ticket plays, which is a little bit more than what I want. I want to keep these to 5% of the portfolio. And the only way to do that is to either take some profits on this or add to these positions, which me personally, I don't want to take profits on these because I believe they're going to do really well in the long term, and I think they're going to do super great over the next 10 to 15 years, these two companies. So I'm probably just going to put some money over here and add to these positions to grow these to get the balance the way I want it. So that's the plan there. And then I've got an empty slot here. I can add something else maybe. When we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positions. So I do have a slot for one more. I've mentioned this in my other videos on the other channel. $100,000 or less, 5 to 7 positions. And what that looks like for me, I actually break that down for you guys. The 5 positions are going to be like these index-based plays, right? Like the SCHB, XETE, right? I'm like 5 plays that are just like tried and true. They're going to grow, or they're going to serve some function like paying a dividend or something like that. And then I'm going to have 2 positions which are speculative growth, like basically moonshots, or like I call them lottery tickets. You just put some little bit of the portion there, and hoping that these are going to go to the moon, which you can see that they're doing pretty well. They are kind of heading that direction. But you know, over the next 15 years, I expect this to be in the thousands % return, not hundreds. And that's life-changing money, and that's what these 2, that's their job. Now, once I get over $100,000 in this portfolio, then I will branch out and get more than 7 stocks. So what am I looking for this empty slot? Actually, like, I've got the whole market covered with SHB, and I've got the big cap with SHG, and we got XETE, which is the S&P 500, which is pretty much the market, QQI, which is the NASDAQ. So actually, for this last spot, I would like to add some sort of Bitcoin play. So I'm not sure what that'd be yet, but likely 5% of the portfolio, something like a YBTC or something like that. But I'm still looking at different ones and weighing my options and waiting for a right buying opportunity as well. But so you might see a Bitcoin play pop up right here in this empty slot. So anyway, lastly, I'll show you the dividend log. I did receive some dividends from XDTE, quite a few. This is the month. Let me make this bigger so you guys. This is the month of September. I didn't sell anything on Rigetti because I thought this thing was going to move, and it moved. So if I would have sold covered calls, it would have got blown through, and I would have lost my share. So I'm glad I didn't. This one should pay this month. Not much, probably like this, $10 or so. And then we got XCTE. So far, it's paid me $153. They're going to pay me one more time this month, which is probably going to be like $50. So probably looking at $200. SCHG should pay also. Again, it's going to be very low dividend, like this $3-5 or something. QQQI will also pay me. So I'm waiting for that to come through. It's down now. I'm not selling anything on this now to gain income either, because I'm worried it's going to take off and blow through and lose my shares. So I'm being cautious on that right now. So that's what's going on there behind the scenes with the dividends. And you can see so far this month, it's only $153. Probably going to be $220 or so this month, something like that, somewhere in the neighborhood. So yeah, that's the Roth IRA. That's what's going on there. And check out the free stuff below. Free newsletter, free Discord, and we've got my book down there. Some other links you guys can check out if you're interested in that stuff. And see you guys next time, man. Y'all take care.